Hey guys, so what we're going to do today is just a quick video on End Gcode. I get a lot of people that ask me why their bed with a printer like this, like the Rook MK1 or some other ones, why at the end of their print the bed just drops and slams to the bottom. And that's typically because they don't have the End Gcodes either set up correctly in their macro or their printer config file, or they haven't added that the they haven't had the correct code in the End Gcode in their slicer. Uh, so right now we're just printing the top 10 layers of the calibration cube just to see what they're talking about. So right now I have it set up incorrectly in the macro so that you can see once the print ends what's going to happen if that's wrong. So we're on layer 7 right now, and once that gets to that 10th layer, that final top layer, what you're going to see is that that bed just drop. And that's what we're trying to prevent. So there's some pretty easy end print G code that you can add to your macro, and then also verify that it's in your slicer so that it does exactly what you want it to. We want it to just easily return down to the bottom and set the print head aside and not have anything slam. So we're almost there. We're on that 10th layer now. And once we do this, we'll edit that G code. We'll run another test print, and you'll see the difference between the two. So right there, that's incorrect G code in your macro. So we're going to go ahead and jump into Klipper and edit that config file. We'll show you the difference between the two, and then we'll run another print so that you can see how the reaction or how it acts when it's correct. All right.
Okay, so we saw the first print, and we saw how the End Gcode or lack of End Gcode it was acting. It kind of lowered a little bit, kind of halfway, and then dropped the rest. Most of the people I talk to, it either drops the whole way or does something similar to what we saw. And so what we're going to do is we need to edit the End Gcode so that slowly lowers down the whole way and doesn't just drop. So depending on how we're in Klipper now, and depending on how you have your configuration set up, whether it's in your printer.cfg or whether you have a macro.cfg file set up. However it is, just I recommend keeping it organized. Mine are right in my macros folder. So wherever it is, you're going to find that. You're going to find endprint or your Gcode macro for however you have it named. And underscore print is how we have it set up. So what I see right now is Z90, right? So that's your the Z height that's going to lower to when that print ends. So that's why we saw it kind of lower halfway. So my MK1 is the 250 millimeter mod, so it's a little bit higher than normal. So I think the standard one, this would be like Z96 or something like that, to where that would lower down fine. Where mine is taller, or where a lot of people I've seen don't even have this value in here, or they have it something where it's just incorrect. It's short. So it lowered to Z90 and then dropped the rest, and that's what we saw. So I need to edit this. So where my Z travel is 150 millimeters, I need to edit that to be 150 millimeters, right? So now I've done that. I'm going to save and restart. Okay. But I also need to make sure that this end underscore print is added to my machine End Gcode in my slicer. So in my case, that's Orca. So whatever slicer you're using, go in, choose your printer profile. We're going to edit that, and you want to go to machine Gcode, and you want to make sure that end underscore print is added into your machine End Gcode. A lot of times I'll see people that maybe have it correct in their macro or their Klipper config, and then they still say it doesn't work, and then we come in here, and this is either incorrect or just blank. And if that's the case, you're just going to have that drop all the way. So this is correct. We're going to slice a file. We're going to start another print, and then we're going to see at the end of that print how the bed reacts. We want it to just slowly move down to the bottom and stop. So we'll do that now.
Okay, so now we've made the necessary changes to that end Gcode in our macro. And we've verified in our slicer, in this case Orca, that we have the correct code in that End Gcode. So now we're on layer 8 of 10. So when we finish this last top layer, we're going to see the printer slowly return to the bottom and not slamming down either the whole way or kind of coming down slowly and slamming halfway like it did before. And this is how you want it to react. And it's a very simple change. So we're almost to the last layer, the top layer here. I hope this helps a lot of you guys. Like I said, I get a lot of DMs, regarding this, or a lot of people in person talking to me and asking me, how to fix this. You can find it and you can Google it and everything, but I figured a video might help. So right there, now you can see that slowly just returns to the bottom and stops nicely and follows that end Gcode or that end print macro. So like I said, I hope this helps. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to comment below. I'm on Twitter. Reach me on Twitter, Emoji3D. Ask me there, DM me, whatever you want. So I hope this helps, guys. Thanks a lot.